Let's talk about Chelsea, situations of players around Chelsea and what is happening with Chelsea. Well, let's start with McGeough. The situation around McGeough is that Sunderland and many other clubs are coming for McGeough. They want to sign McGeough, but they are looking for a loan with buyback option. But Chelsea says no. Chelsea says still prioritize McGeough. They see him as a player for the future, and what they want is just a loan deal. A loan deal, and the loan deal is going to be that 100% salary will be paid by the new club. So, you know, in normal loan situation, 50% paid by the parent club and then 50% paid by the new club. But Chelsea wants a situation where the new club will pay 100% of the salary of McGeough, and then it is just for 1 season. You take him for 1 season, and after the season, back immediately to Chelsea. So they prioritize McGeough as a future player for Chelsea. They don't want a situation where you will now add option to buyback into his contract. So that is a situation with McGeough. Sunderland and many other clubs are coming for him, but if they accept these terms from Chelsea, then they will get him. Xavi Simons and Jorell Hato, many persons have been asking the questions, and what is the situation with Xavi Simons and Jorell Hato? There are challenges with that of Xavi Simons, but then Xavi Simons has made it clear to RB Leipzig that he wants to join Chelsea, and he has agreed personal terms with Chelsea. So the deal is progressing, but then little challenges here and there, but we believe that very soon those challenges will be surmounted. For Jorell Hato has told Ajax that he prefers and he prioritized the move to Chelsea. He has made his statement, his position known clearly to Ajax that he wants to move to Chelsea. He has agreed personal terms with Chelsea, and report has it that the deal is now 100% completed, as Ajax and Chelsea have not agreed fully for the transfer of Jorell Hato to Chelsea. He has been given green light to travel to England for his medicals. So hopefully by tomorrow he will be in England for his medicals. Here we go. Jorell Hato is now a Chelsea player. Congratulations to Chelsea. That of Renato Vega, Atletico Madrid are discussing about him, but Chelsea value him at £40 million. So he wants to join Atletico Madrid. He wants to join the project there, and then he's a young player. His wage is not too high. In Chelsea, his wage is not too high. So everything is okay for Atletico Madrid. So we believe that soon Atletico Madrid will get their player Renato Vega. Situations with Sterling, Nicholas Jackson, and Nkunku. This is the reason why we continue to talk about the player wages. That is one of the reasons why Nicholas Jackson, Sterling, Nkunku are finding it difficult to leave. If you look at the salary structure of Sterling, it is very high, and so clubs are they want Sterling to reduce the price. And these players, when they are in situations like this, they don't want to reduce their wage. They want the parent club to continue to pay them until their contract is over. So because they are receiving huge salaries, so whether they play or not, they are receiving their money. But the club is interested in selling them, but they are not. So that's the situation. That's why when they are buying players, when you see Chelsea buying players, they are looking at players that the salary structure is not going to be too much. It's not going to be, so that it's not become so difficult for them to sell when they want to sell. And that is the problem with Sterling, Nicholas Jackson, and Nkunku currently. But Inter is interested in Nkunku, but they are interested if the deal with Lookman fails, because they have made proposal to the club for Lookman, and I think they have made a proposal of £45 million, but then the club is looking for £50 million. So if that deal for Lookman does not materialize, they are looking at Nkunku as second option. So you discover that the wage of these players is now a challenge for them to be shipped into another club. It becomes a problem because no club wants to now pay that high wage that is being paid at Chelsea. We heard so many information about Donnarumma and Garnacho. What I will say about this is I think this is just media gimmicks and all. The situation is that Donnarumma rejected the first contract. They want to extend his contract. PSG wants to extend his contract, but then he rejected the first contract that was presented to him by PSG. So because of that, rumors and all of that were coming that Donnarumma wants to leave, and it's now linked with Chelsea, it's now linked with this club and that club. But I don't think that situation will materialize, because I don't think PSG at this point that they are playing well, they don't want to lose their top player. Donnarumma happens to be one of the top players for PSG that made them win so much last season, and so they will not want a situation where they sell their best players to other rivals. The situation with Garnacho is actually a brilliant player, but then Chelsea are not really into the signature of Garnacho. They are looking at selling Nkunku and Sterling, and the news is that if they are are able to sell Nkunku and Sterling, then they might be looking at Garnacho's situation at Manchester United to see if they can sign him. But for now, Garnacho is not a priority for Chelsea. You look at the situation at Manchester United, you discover that most of these players are forming, clique, cabal, and all of those things, and Chelsea do not want it. That is why they sold Madueke and have, pushed Nicolas Jackson to the side, giving him options to leave the club, because they are forming man them group, they are forming clique, they are forming cabal, all these big boys, and they control the club, and they don't want a situation like that. They want a situation where players will understand the, trajectory at which the club is going to, understand that the club is disciplined, and discipline yourself, and understand that the club is above the players. The club is above the players. The interest of every player should be for the betterment of the club in totality. So that is the situation with Garnacho and Donnarumma. And one of our young talents from Coban has now been shipped or sold to Strasbourg. Ishe Samuel Smith has now been sold to Strasbourg for £6.5 million. Understand that he is now in Strasbourg, and I want to believe that all of us know that he is still our player. He is going there to develop and all of that. So as the developmental progress continues in League One, he will get more playing time, and then we'll see how they develop from there. So most of these players, these young talented players, have been moved to Strasbourg, and they will continue their exploits from that end in League One. And when they do well, they come back to Chelsea and continue the project at Chelsea. This is the situation with players and Chelsea, and situation around Chelsea currently. Let us know what you think about everything that we've talked about, all these players that we've talked about. Let us know what you think about them. Join us on YouTube. We have many informative discussions going on YouTube at KCFC_1. So just type at KCFC_1 and you will meet us in YouTube. Hopefully we'll be having live sections on YouTube soon. We'll be having live sections on YouTube where we can interact, we can communicate, we can talk. So join us on YouTube, because very soon we'll be going live on YouTube. Chelsea, 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 Chelsea. Come on, you Bills. Let's go there.